Hello, happy Monday. I'm Kat from the Green Room Pilates, and we're going to do a mat workout today. I'm going to be talking about balls, blocks, different size balls, flex band exercisers. So yeah, let's get going. And so we're going to start sitting up, just mobilizing the spine and then combining it with some breathing. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, you want to be right up on top of your sit bones. And you'll hear me say a lot to stack the bones. And that is just referring to making sure the rib cage is right over the pelvis, whether you're sitting, standing, laying down, side lying, on your hands and knees. So that's that reference, okay? And it's really important because that's going to help you to know your body is in a neutral position from the side view, okay? So we have the pelvis here. Your pelvis in the back should be vertical, straight up and down. So you don't want to be behind your sit bones. You want to be right up on top of your sit bones. Here you can lengthen your spine. This is a very shock absorbing position to be in. It's the most stable position for your spine. So if you do things like cycle, running, dancing, you want to be able to know where that neutral is and isolate your movement at your hip joint. Okay, so stacking up those bones, relaxing the shoulders, making sure your head and your neck is right in line with the center of your rib cage here. Okay, and if you have a ball, great, just put it right between the legs here. If not, you're just going to place your fingertips on the floor or on your legs. Okay, so as I said, nice and wide across the chest, you're going to take an inhale, feel the rib cage expand out to the side and to the back, okay? So inhaling in through the nose. When you do that, I want you to think of lengthening the space between your hips and your ribs. I want you to hold that and exhale. So I don't want you to decompress. I mean, I want you to decompress. I don't want you to compress your spine as you exhale, okay? Oh, it's Monday, right? I'm going to hold that ball between my knees. So inhale and decompress. So open the space between your rib cage and your pelvis. And then exhale and keep that space nice and long and feel your abs pull in. Right? So you're not allowing yourself to kind of sink into your spine. Okay? So we're going to take one more big inhale like that. So inhaling, lengthening the space. Exhale, I'm going to keep that space, but this time I'm going to also flex my spine forward. So I'm rolling the ball forward. I'm going to stay here, inhale, and I'm continuing to lengthen my spine. Exhale, I'm going to stack my spine back up, and I'm going to stack my bones back to neutral. Okay, we're going to do one more like that. So inhaling, exhaling, I'm just flexing my spine forward. Should feel good on the back here. Take a big inhale. Exhale and lengthen and stack all the way up. Okay, so I'm just going to rotate. I'm going to do like a quarter rotation over to my my left. I'm going to inhale here. Exhale, I'm just going to flex the spine. So I'm just adding a little bit of rotation with that. I'm going to hold inhale and exhale and lengthen up. So I'm feeling this a little bit more on that back right side, okay? Inhale, exhale, flexing the spine, relaxing the shoulders. Big inhale, exhale, and lengthen and stack back up again. Okay, so I'm going to take my right arm off to the side. I'm going to reach up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to laterally flex my spine. Okay, I'm going to take a big inhale here, and exhale, I'm going to come back up again. Okay, so just doing some lateral flexion, inhaling, exhale to come back. So it's important if you have a healthy spine that you're moving it in all the directions available to it. Okay, so this time we're going to do lateral flexion, and then we're going to rotate. So my spine is rounded, but I'm twisting. Here, I'm going to inhale, I'm going to swipe my hand out forward and then out to the side, and I'm going to extend. So I'm opening my chest here. My eyes are looking up towards the ceiling. Then I'm going to wrap my arm and twist my spine back around into that flexed position. So exhaling, and then inhaling, I'm going to open my chest to the ceiling. So this is counter movement with rotation, right? So this really gives us so much mobility. So I'm extending and twisting, and now I'm flexing and twisting. I'm going to do one more like that. So I'm going to inhale, and then I'm going to exhale. And then come back to that, stacking the bones in neutral position. Bring the ball back in right between the knees here. I'm going to take an inhale, exhale. I'm just going to flex my spine forward again. Hold, inhale, exhale, and lengthen and stack up again. Okay, so just inhaling, feel that breath expand the rib cage. Exhale, I'm still lengthening my spine here, I'm not collapsing down. And then I stack the bones back up. Now I'm gonna take the ball, put it over to my right, just a quarter turn here. I'm gonna inhale, exhale, I'm flexing my spine forward so I feel that a little bit more on the other side. I'm gonna hold, inhale, exhale and lengthen and stack all the way up. I'm gonna inhale. Oh, that feels like a nice breath. Exhale, and I'm flexing the spine here. So as I'm doing all of this movement, I'm turning to the center, gonna reach my arm up and laterally flex. I'm feeling how my body feels. I'm not necessarily thinking about how I look, thinking about how I feel and trying to feel the proper movement and how it should feel. All right, so this time you're gonna take it to the side and then we're gonna rotate. We're gonna do that counter movement. So here, I'm feeling a stretch through my whole side. And then I'm gonna inhale and I'm gonna extend. So I'm still pressing into the ball. I'm looking at that left hand and I'm arching my back and twisting. And then exhale and I come around. And inhale, I open. My shoulders are staying relaxed here and I'm thinking of spiraling from the bottom of my spine to the top of my spine. And my head and neck is following that movement. Just gonna do one more here, inhale. And then exhaling. Here I'm gonna come back to center. All right, we're gonna lay down on our back. Finish up our warm up here. So laying on the back, I'm just gonna put the ball to the side here. I'm gonna do some pelvic rocking. At first I wanna make sure I'm in a neutral position with my spine. So my hip bones and my pubic bone, they lay in the same plane. Okay, so that's the most shocking position to be in, especially when your feet are down. Okay, so I'm gonna take a nice big inhale into my rib cage here. And I'm gonna exhale, and I'm gonna rock my pelvis back into it, what we call an imprint. So I'm just shortening the obliques here, and I'm drawing my lower back towards the mat, but not jamming it onto the mat, okay? Not using my glutes or pressing into my feet. I'm gonna hold inhale here. Exhale, I'm gonna find my neutral position again. So I'm lengthening the distance between my rib cage and my hip bones, okay? And do that again. So inhaling here, exhale. I'm just creating a slight movement. I'm feeling my abs shorten. I can feel them tighten when I do that. You should feel the same thing. Hold inhale and exhale and lengthen back to neutral. But the more mobile you are, the less you're really gonna feel when you're moving. You could probably just rock yourself into imprint, but I want you to try to make it deliberate, okay? So inhale. Really use those obliques to create that movement. So here my pubic bone is higher than my hip bones. My back is towards the mat, but not on it. So we're gonna hold this position right here, test out the imprint. Inhale, exhale, let's just bring that right leg to tabletop. And now without moving the pelvis, the other leg lifts to tabletop. We're gonna do some toe taps here, but first, I want you to send your legs away from your body until your abs kick in, okay? You may need to keep your knees in towards your torso more if you feel like you're losing your imprint, okay? But I want you to take your knees as far from your torso as you can till your abs kick in. This is gonna be our starting position. Hands are right down by the side. And I'm gonna do some toe taps starting with my right foot. So I'm going to inhale, tap, and exhale to return. Inhale, my left leg taps, and then I return. So you can also do this particular exercise in a neutral position with your spine if you can manage to stay stable. Eventually, that's where we all want to be. We all want to move to neutral. We all want to be in a neutral position because it's the most shock absorbing position to be in, because that's when you have all the curves of your spine, right? Like a spring. And we're just going to do one more here on the left. Inhale, exhale. And both my legs are going to come down, right? So you should know. So if you're not sure what position to work in, imprint or neutral, you can work in imprint when your feet are up, okay? All right. That's definitely not going to hurt you. So here we are here. I'm going to reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and we're going to do some protraction, retraction, and upward and downward rotation of the scapula, okay? Just to bring your awareness to your shoulder blades on your back. So we're going to inhale here, exhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling and allow your shoulder blades to separate on your back, and then relax them back to neutral, okay? We're going to do that again. So protracting the scapula and then coming back to neutral. So your scapula is your shoulder blades, right? We're going to keep going like this and exhale back to neutral. So it's important to allow the movement to happen at your shoulder blades, okay? So we have protraction. We're going to come back to neutral. Now we're going to do retraction. We're going to retract the scapula and then come back. And those muscles that create this movement are nice and strong and flexible too. Retracting and come back to neutral. We're going to do one more here. So we retract, come back to neutral. Okay, we're going to do upward and downward rotation. So bring your arms down by the side. So I'm going to circle my arms out to the side. As I do that, my shoulder blades are rotating upward. Then I'm going to bring my arms back down to the side. Then they rotate downward back to the starting position. So when you move your arms, your shoulder blades should move too. Okay, usually the first 30 degrees of movement. So as I open my arms to about here, they should actually be set on your back and not moving. Then after that, they should move. Okay, that's a healthy scapula. So here they're set, now they move. All right, so see if you can feel that happening on your back. And moving, let's reverse that circle. So first 30 degrees is about here. Then you should really feel your scapula moving. If your shoulder blades move right away, it's probably an imbalance happening with your muscles back there. But hopefully the more Pilates you do, the more balance you'll create. We'll do one more here. Inhale. Exhale, we circle those arms right down here. Okay, so we're going to do a head nod. So really important, this, what I'm going to be talking about is your head and cervical placement. Your cervical spine is your neck. So some of you may be needing a cushion behind your head to keep yourself tension free in that neck area. What you can do, sometimes what I do is just roll up your mat, right? That works, definitely. If you need one, or you can use a towel or a cushion, whatever can help you to get a proper alignment there. So we're going to do a head nod here. The head nod is just a way to kind of stabilize your head on your neck when we're coming up into that flex position, okay? So because in the 80s, we kind of used to do this sort of thing, and that overworks wrong muscles, and it creates a lot of misalignment through the neck, okay? So what we're going to do here is just bring the eye level down towards the knees. So you should feel the back of your neck stretching towards the mat a little bit, and then bring your eye level right back up again. And that is you regaining that neutral or that natural curve in your neck, okay? So just inhale, nod the chin slightly. It's a small movement. If you overdo it, you're going to bypass your stabilizers, okay? So don't do too much and just looking straight up at the ceiling. We're going to combine that with an ab prep, okay? So hands right down by the side. We're going to just look down towards the knees and take a big inhale here. Feel the ribcage expand. Exhale, I'm going to start with picking my head up first, stabilizing my shoulder girdle, and then coming up. Here with the ab prep, it's okay to let your shoulders elevate a little bit and protract, just not too much. You don't want to release them, but you want to allow them to help facilitate the movement of your spine. Here you want to be in a neutral position, so you don't want to tuck under. Just stay nice and neutral here. We hold, inhale. Exhale, I'm going to lengthen my spine back down, right? And then I'm going to go from my head nod back to neutral, okay? So let's do that again. Inhale, I'm going to nod the chin. Exhale, I'm going to flex up, allow my shoulders to come up a little bit and to reach, protract. I'm going to hold, inhale, and exhale, I'm going to come down. And we're going to do one more like that. So inhale to nod the chin. Exhale, so I'm keeping my lowest rib down. My pelvis stays neutral. Hold, inhale here. Exhale, come down. There's your ab prep, which is a blueprint for most of all of our ab exercises, okay? So we're going to go right into a little ab prep series here just to get our abs kicking, okay? So let's extend the right leg down the mat. Your hands are going to come behind your head for support. So just really quickly here, if you do have a flex band, right, you can place your flex band behind your head, just like so, right? And this can give you a lot of support for your head and neck, okay? I'm just going to use my hands because it's quicker. So here we go. So you're in a neutral position with your pelvis. Feel where your scapula is lying on your back. Slide them down a little bit. We're going to hold, inhale. Exhale, head nod, flex up to your ab prep, and inhale to come back to neutral. And exhale to flex up. Inhale to come down. So we're going to do this for 4. So we have 2 more. Nodding the chin first, keeping your pelvis neutral, and then coming down. 1 more like that. Nod the chin. We flex up, right? And then come down. Adding a knee. So that right knee is going to come in as I flex up. So exhale, my right knee comes in, and then I extend down the mat. And again, exhale, extend down the mat. And I'm exhaling. So with control, I come down and control my spine back down. So I'm not just dropping, right? Last one here. Now come up with the knee. We're gonna hold here and extend that left leg, all right? And here we're gonna lower and lift. So ab prep still. Here you wanna make sure you're not popping your rib cage. Stay very connected with your abdominals. Exhale, we flex up. Inhale and lower. We have 3 more. Exhale, and we're flexing. Inhale, and we come down. Keeping those abdominals nice and strong, right? And last one here. Exhale up. Inhale, come down. And the last part here, we're gonna come up and hold, and then we're gonna switch the legs. So we're going to switch. Inhale and switch, okay? And switch, and switch. And we're gonna do 4 and 3. Nice, are you feeling this? And 2, you're warming up. And 1, bend that right knee in, upper body comes down, and the legs come down. Okay, let's extend that left leg. So really work at not tucking the pelvis under, not thinking like you have to go high for the ab prep. We're just recruiting those obliques and the rectus abs equally, okay? So if you try to come up too high and tuck your pelvis under, you're just overworking the one down the center. These guys turn off, okay? So here we go. We're gonna inhale, nod the chin, and exhale to flex. Up, inhale to lower. Watch you don't pop the rib cage on the way down. Inhale, exhale. And we lengthen back down again. All the way to neutral with the neck. Exhale and inhale. So I go from head nod back to neutral. And 1 more like that. Nod my chin. I'm resting my head in my hands here too, right? And then so I'm not pulling myself up. With my neck, I'm using my abs. So we're gonna add that left knee in. So exhale, inhale, we lengthen out. And exhale, we pull in. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, so I'm curling my upper body up, keeping my pelvis neutral. And last one here. Let's curl up. Let's extend, yeah? And here we go. And exhale. You should be feeling this. And flex up. And come all the way down with control. And again. Inhaling down. And last one, exhaling. Inhale down. All right, we take it up and hold. And now we switch the legs. So switch, inhale, exhale, reach. There's 1, we're doing 6. And 2, so we have 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Both knees come up. Upper body comes down first. Legs come down. If you were an imprint, go back to neutral. All right, so there's our ab prep series right there. Hopefully you're feeling like you're warmed up a little bit with those abdominals. So you're gonna bend your knees to the side and just stretch out. So a little bit of counter movement there. And let's just circle those arms. Circle. And we circle, try not to collapse down into the mat. All right, now we're gonna flip over onto our stomachs in the prone position here. We're gonna do some back extensions. So here we're gonna warm up the upper spine. So very similar to the ab prep, where we're not gonna let our lumbar spine and our pelvis move. That's gonna be stable, okay? Just the upper spine is moving now, but in the opposite direction, okay? So my knees are pointing down towards the floor, so they're not turning out here. And then my legs are hip distance apart. My glutes are engaged, otherwise my lower back is gonna take all of this, okay? So I'm gonna slide my hands down, my elbows are down close to my side. I'm gonna lengthen my spine and just hover above the mat slightly, okay? So what I wanna start with whenever I go into extension exercises is a reverse head nod. So just looking straight down at the mat, you're gonna imagine you have like a golf ball right here above your nose and you're just gonna nudge that golf ball away. There's your reverse head nod, okay? So let's try that. So let's inhale, reverse head nod. Then what you wanna do is stabilize your scapula. So your shoulder blades, you're gonna slide them down slightly and a little bit closer together. Then you're gonna come up. So you're gonna lift your chest up, keep your lowest rib down here. Engage your glutes. Hold, inhale, and exhale to come down. So inhale, that reverse head nod, stabilize the scapula. Exhale, we come up. So think no wrinkles in the back of the neck here, right? But your eye level should come up the mat slightly. Otherwise, your head's in flexion. Okay, so we want it to follow the line of the spine. Inhale, hold. Exhale to come down. And again, inhale, reverse head nod. Stabilize the shoulder girdle. Exhale to come up. Hold, inhale, and exhale to come down. So the emphasis here, definitely, let's go again, isn't how high you can come up off the mat. It's really that we're recruiting the right muscles on the back to lift and open the chest. Hold, inhale, and exhale to come down. Let's bring the arms down by the side here. So I'm gonna turn my palms to face up in the ceiling and I'm gonna round my shoulders forward. Oh, that feels good, right? So you can turn your head to the side. And so what we're gonna do is engage the glutes, send those legs away. So you wanna be active here. Pull your abs up off of the mat. So we're gonna start with inhaling and retracting the scapula and turning the palms to face your body. That's number one, okay? So we're retracting the scapula to neutral. Then we're gonna come up for a hover. So I'm turning my head to face down. So I'm really just hovering about a couple of inches above the mat here. So not as high as we were with our arms down, but just hovering, okay? Hold, inhale, exhale, come all the way back down to that starting position when you curl your shoulders forward, okay? So inhale, retract your scapula and turn your palms to face in. So we're activating the arms here of the shoulder blades. Exhale, unwind your head and take it up for a hover. Engage your glutes here, like squeeze them really hard, like you're trying to push your hips and your pubic bone down into the mat. Inhale, exhale, and come all the way down. All right, again, so inhale, retract the scapula. Exhale, take it up for that hover. Inhale and hold. Exhale to come down. I'm gonna turn my head the other way. Inhale, retract the scapula, send the arms down. Exhale, hover, hold, and exhale, come all the way down. Woo! Okay, I have to turn my head the other way sometimes because I'm always demoing and I'm talking to you guys and turning my head, so my neck feels kind of funky. Anyhow, you ready? We're gonna do breaststroke prep number 3, hands on forehead. So knees pointing down towards the floor, hip distance again. Lifting those abs up in towards your spine. We're gonna inhale to prepare, right? At the same time, you're gonna slide your shoulders down slightly and a little closer together. Then we're gonna reverse head nod and come up. This is just a hover. It's more challenging than the one we just did because we're lifting with the weight of our arms here, okay? Hold, inhale, exhale to come down. And we inhale, so we still wanna set that scapula. Exhale and come up. Hold, inhale, and exhale to come down. And we're gonna do 2 more like that. So inhaling, exhale to come up, hold, inhale, and exhale to come down. But we don't always set our scapula by sliding it down and retracting it. Okay, only when we're going into extension do we do that. All right, hold, inhale, exhale to come down. Really important, okay? Last one, inhale, exhale, come up. Inhale, hold, exhale to come down, okay? And the reason for that is that we want to stabilize the scapula in a position that's going to help facilitate the movement, okay? So we're gonna do a full breaststroke right now. So getting right into it. So hip distance apart with the legs, knees pointing down, same start position. Hands are gonna be right down by the side here, and we're hovering above the mat. So we're gonna start with our dive. So we're gonna inhale, prepare, exhale, reach the arms forward and hover above the mat, just like that. And then exhale, circle the arms out to the side, and you're just lifting your chest up, keeping your lowest rib down, no wrinkles in the back of the neck. And exhale, bend your elbows. Don't put your arms all the way down here, just have them hover. And exhale, dive forward. Inhale, and we circle and extend. Retract and slide your shoulders down. Exhale, and we dive forward. Inhale, circle and extend. And exhale, we dive. Inhale, circle and extend. And again, exhale. We're going to do 2 more. Woo. And last one here. Exhale, dive. Inhale and extend. And come all the way down. Woo. Let's take that back for a shell stretch. So shell stretch can be here. It can be here. And it can be here. Okay. Depending on what feels good for you. Okay. Definitely. I know some of you have knee tightness, so sitting back, like the first one I showed you, can be a little stressful on the knees. Okay. So ready to start? That's our warm up pretty much. But I wanted to get that breaststroke in the beginning, because sometimes when we flip and flop back and forth, it takes up time, and really wanted to make sure that we understand where we need to be for that breaststroke. So anyway, hopefully that is clear. So we're going to start with some hundreds here, okay? So I'm going to use the bigger ball. So typically you can use the ball between your feet, which is where I'm going to use mine. You can also use the ball back here, okay? And that's to help you stay out of neck tension and to hold your flexion, okay? That's just a couple of ways you can use it. So right down by the side. So my feet are down. I'm just holding that ball between my, my ankles. And so for those of you who have neck tension, definitely keep your head and neck down, okay? For those of you who have a hard time keeping your imprint, okay? Keep your feet down, but just do ab prep, okay? So if you're doing like 5 and you're like, I've lost my imprint, feet come down and just stay up with your upper body, okay? So here we go. So we're gonna inhale, prepare. For those of you who are imprinting, you're imprinting, bring your legs up 1 at a time. Unless you have a ball, then you're gonna go 2 at a time, okay? Hands right down by the side here. We're gonna inhale, nod the chin. Exhale, see, this is your ab prep, okay? So you can keep your knees bent here, or you can extend your legs, all right? So we should all be kind of looking different doing this exercise. So we're gonna inhale, pulse the arms for 5 counts, nice and strong. Exhale, squeeze the legs together. Whoop, 4, 5, breathe in, release. 5, exhale, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze, 2, 4, 5, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze, 2. So for more intensity, you can lower your legs, right? As low as you can keep your imprint. And 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. I'm trying to count for you guys. And 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 4, 5, last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, hold here. Add a little bit of flexion, bend the knees in, and upper body comes down, all right? So I'm gonna switch the ball to between my knees if you have one. This is just helping to recruit my inner thighs, but that's also giving me a chain reaction to recruit my abs too. Okay, so I'm gonna rock up. I'm gonna start with the ab, the half roll back here. So I'm squeezing my knees together and we're reaching my arms. If you don't have a ball, that's okay. You can still do the same exercise. We're gonna exhale, roll back, and we're gonna squeeze 1, 2, 3, and then come up and over. So you can use whatever. You can use a block. You can just not use anything and be squeezing your knees together and pulsing, right? 1, 2, 3, come up and over, all right? Exhale, we roll back, squeeze the knees. 1, 2, 3, and come up and over. Exhale, we roll back. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. 1, 2, 3, inhale, up and over. Exhale, we roll back. We have 3 more. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, come up and over. Oops, wrong breath pattern. Exhale to roll back. Inhale to release. Exhale, squeeze. 1, 2, 3. And inhale, come up and over. Exhale, last one. We roll back. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's hold here. Let's not go up. You feeling this? I'm going to take the ball, put it between my feet, extend my legs, and I'm going to roll down. We're going to do roll up here, okay? So arms come up over the hip. So if you have a hard time coming all the way up, right, what you can do if you have a flex band is you're going to put that around your feet, right? Arms are going to be down by the side. So those of you who don't, we're just rolling up, okay? Those of you who need a flex band, try it. It really helps. I'm having some issues with the ball. So as you come up, if you're using that flex band, you're bending your elbows and coming up and over, and then rolling down, okay? Otherwise, I'm squeezing that ball. Inhale, arms reach, exhale, nod the chin, rolling up, and then rolling down. So it's inhaling, here I nod my chin. Exhale, so here I'm elevating slightly, not that much, and protracting a little bit to help facilitate that flexion, okay? And then as I'm rolling down, as I come to neutral, my shoulder girdle's coming back to neutral and setting. Then I reach overhead, inhale. So remember, we do want that shoulder girdle moving. We don't want to lock it in place, okay? I hate to say that in the olden days, but we used to tell everyone all the time to slide the shoulders back and down all the time, no matter what we were doing, okay? And what that does is it creates a lot of tension, right? If you're trying to move in this direction and you're squeezing your shoulders back and down, it's going to create tension in your neck and create a misfiring pattern. Okay, so we're always looking for good, efficient movement. So that if you're doing a fitness class and you have an instructor who's telling you always to put your shoulders down and back, now you know. Just kind of ignore that. Right? We all have different training levels. Sometimes when you're at a big gym, they don't require a whole lot of hours in training to get certified, and that's okay. That's for big group fitness classes, right? You're more responsible for yourself in those. And reach. Boy, I miss our classes. Those of you who come to the green room, holy cow. I can't wait to be back. I think it's gonna be soon. Let's hold right here. I'm gonna kind of toss this ball off to the side here. So here I'm gonna lengthen, I'm gonna stack my bones, okay? So we're gonna do a flexion forward. Here I'm not collapsing down onto my legs, so I actually feel like I'm working my abs still. Then I'm gonna lengthen and stack my bones back to neutral deliberately. And again, so I'm gonna flex. Then I'm gonna stack. All right, you feel that? You should feel your body moving, what you're making it do, right? Your mind-body connection. You're telling your body what to do and it's doing it. This doesn't always work though. Sometimes you can tell your body to do something and it like has a delayed reaction or it's just not prepared to do that mobility, right? We're gonna do one more. So we're reaching, flexing, pulling my abs in tight, and then stacking all the way up. And extend the arms out to the side. We're gonna do spine twist, okay? And we're gonna do 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3, inhale here. So here my bones are stacked, right? Because with rotation, it's really important, right? That we're making it even and that we're actually rotating. So really awesome to be doing all the mobilities of the spine. Rotation, especially proper rotation, is one of the best ways to get your natural curves of your spine back. Okay, so a lot of us have flat upper spines, I do. So I work at this all the time, right? Rotation really helps. So your upper spine should have a slight curve in it, ever so slightly to counterbalance the curve in your lumbar, right? And that's how we get that S curve in our spine. Oh, I'm doing lots of talking today. So we have a couple more, 2, 3, inhale, exhale, and pulse. 1, 2, 3, inhale, reach, exhale, the arms come down. Okay, we're gonna go into our one leg circle. What I love about this one leg circle exercise, there are lots of modifications you can do. So with the ball, you can have a ball underneath the knee. So if you tend to grip in your hips, this one feels fantastic, okay? You can also, for intensity, have a ball underneath your left leg, the stabilizing leg, and then you can do leg circles here. And then if you have a flex band, a couple of things here, you can put it underneath, right on your thigh in the back, cross it, hand, elbows right down by the side. That again is amazing if you have grippy hips, or if you have any hip issues at all. This is feels so good. Okay, you can also be up here, okay, with a straight leg, and woo, works mobility. Okay, so I'm not going to use a flex band, but if you have one and you want to, I've given you those options. So what is not an option though is your pelvis. It should be in neutral here. Okay, not tucked under, right? A nice neutral position. And then we want it stable, okay? So I'm gonna extend my leg up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna cross the midline here. Exhale, circle around. So I have my hands on my hips. That helps me keep my pelvis and spine in neutral, because I can tell if my pelvis is moving here because my hands are on my hips, right? And here, right, you may not have the flexibility to make that circle happen. We're doing 8, okay? So 3 more here, and 2, so you can have a bent knee for sure, and last one, in this direction, okay? So holding here, I'm anchoring my tailbone down. I wanna have the natural curves in my spine. I'm going to inhale, let that leg fall out to the side, but keeping my pelvis stable, and come up. And inhale, leg comes out to the side, I sweep it back up again, and there's 3. So training my body to know how to isolate the movement at the hip joint, right? And 3 more here, woo! And 2. If you got the ball under your other stabilizing leg, and 1 hold here, that has a decreased base of support, so it's actually more challenging on your core, all right? So I'm gonna keep my leg over the ball here. Remember, you can have a bent knee, you can have that flex band around it, you can have your leg extended, flex band on your foot, hands down by the side here. So you're gonna start with crossing the midline here, pelvis isn't moving, and then take it away. Use your abs, and your circle really should only be as big as you can keep your pelvis from moving. So if you're noticing that you're rocking side to side, make your pelvis stop moving by shortening your circle or decreasing your range, then try to go bigger, okay? So this is 5, and we have 3 more because we're doing 8 this time. And 2, woo! And 1 more here. Yes, let's reverse that. So we're gonna take it away from the body, cross the midline and bring it up, all right? You can have a bent knee. Yep, I'm pressing down into that ball. Keep going. You can have a ball here. Oh, wait, I really love how that feels. This is a great way to help stabilize knees, actually. Whenever we have knee problems or something going on with the joint, you want to look at the joint above and the joint below, because usually it's not very stable. Perfect. All right, that's that. So if you have a ball, reach it overhead. I'm going to inhale, exhale. I'm just rolling up for a transition. Okay, and speaking of ball, rolling like a ball. Most people have a love-hate relationship with this particular exercise because this position is not the easiest position to be in, right? With your toes just above the mat, but you can lean back onto your sacrum a little bit. That will help you to balance, okay? So we're just gonna go into that rolling like a ball prep where we're increasing our flexion and moving our torso away from our legs and then coming back up again, okay? We're gonna do that for 5. So just think of increasing your flexion here and then coming back up again. It's not a big movement. So I'm thinking of drawing my lower back down towards the mat and flexing my lower spine, okay? Here my scapula is slightly protracted and slightly elevated, right? Because I'm in flexion, full flexion. And last one here. So with the rolling like a ball, you're gonna initiate it with that prep we just did, okay? So just hovering above the mat here, keeping my C curve the whole time. I'm gonna go back and inhale, come back up again, okay? So I'm gonna exhale, deepen that flexion. I'm only going back up onto my upper thoracic spine, not on my cervical spine, okay? and I'm rolling, and I'm maintaining the distance between my hips and my ribs. And I'm trying to keep my legs and my torso in the same distance away from each other, okay? And I'm gonna do one more like this, holding here. If you wanna increase intensity, you're gonna open your legs and extend them, okay? We're deepening that flexion, gonna roll back, and then come up again, woo, for 4. And roll back. And, and yep, nice and slow. So the slower you go, the more control you have to have, right? Yeah, and last one. That's an open leg rocker. Woo! Bring the legs together. You can bend the knees here. Let's see if we can hold. Let's hold for 4. If you can extend your legs, that's great. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Let's roll back. Let's reach and extend here. So I'm reaching my fingertips and my toes away from each other, lengthening my spine. I'm gonna circle my arms around. And we're gonna go do our ab series, okay? Because we haven't worked our abs enough yet. So those of you who are working in imprint, you're gonna imprint your spine and go to tabletop. Those of you who are in neutral, you're gonna just pick your legs up, but remember you're working from a stable position, okay? So that doesn't mean you're not engaging your abs, all right? Hands are right at the knees here. We're gonna nod the chin and flex up with the upper body. Okay, so here, you can be all the way down with your head for the whole series. Okay, you can also be using a ball right back here. So hopefully you're holding it up as I'm talking, right? Yeah, so you can be here. I really like this. So I'm gonna reach and extend that left leg. My right hand's gonna come along, my right hand is gonna come along my right leg, other hand on the inside of the knee. So this is to help keep your alignment between your ankle and your knee joint, okay? And then we're gonna switch. So inhale to switch, exhale to reach. And I'm keeping my abs connected. This is actually an endurance exercise for your abdominals, right? But we're challenged because of the unilateral movement of our legs here, right? So there's quite a bit going on. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Both legs come up. I'm going to get rid of this ball, but you don't have to, okay? So legs are at tabletop, and place hands behind your head here for obliques. So I'm going to nod my chin, flex up with the upper body. I'm going to reach and extend that left leg, and I'm going to rotate towards my right, okay? I'm still flexed, so I'm not down. I'm flexed up, okay? My elbows are still pretty wide, but I can see them in my peripheral vision. I'm gonna inhale, switch, exhale, reach. And exhale, inhale, exhale. There's 2 sets. And there's 3 sets. And there's 4, we're doing 8. And 5, hopefully you're feeling this. And 6. And 7, go at your own pace though, okay? And 1 more set for 8. Woo. Legs come up. Let's bring the upper body down. And legs are still up, okay? If you need a break, you can keep your feet down, okay? And then we're gonna come back up, right? So we're gonna imprint if you need it, otherwise you're staying neutral. We're gonna do our slow double leg stretch here, which is an intermediate exercise. So you're gonna open the knees for that diamond shape. Hands come on the outside of the legs here, okay? Know that you can keep your head down for this particular exercise. So we're gonna inhale, hold, exhale, nod the chin, and flex up. This is your ab prep, okay? But your legs are in a different position. So you're gonna inhale, go to your 100 position here. Exhale, your arms reach up towards the ceiling. Inhale, they circle around. And exhale, they come all the way down, okay? So we hold and inhale. Exhale, just flex the upper body off the mat. So it's an ab prep. With that ab prep, we do the head nod, don't forget. And then we inhale, 100 position, hands reach. Exhale, the arms reach up and we circle. And we come all the way down. So we inhale, stay. Exhale, we flex up. Inhale, extend arms and legs to the 100 position. Exhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, we circle. And exhale, come all the way down.
And let's do one more. Inhale, nod the chin, exhale, flex up. Those of you who do reformer, we actually have an advanced teaser exercise where we do this on the reformer. It's pretty cool. Arms reach, we circle, and come all the way down. Woo! Let's bring the knees together. We're gonna do a double leg stretch. So you have your choice here. You can be on the ball, okay? You can be down with your head. You can be just flexed up with your upper body. No modifications here, okay? You can also have a ball between your knees or your ankles. So here we go. We're going to exhale, reach arms and legs. Inhale, circle. So this slow double leg stretch, this is that same position, okay? And this is 3. We're gonna do 8 and 4. Your head can be down all the way. And 5 and 6. But we're not doing both. Your head is either down or it's up. 7 and 1 more. 8. So your head can still be down here. If you have neck tension, I'm still really working my abs. Or we can flex up. So we're gonna do scissors here. So we're gonna reach one leg away, one leg in towards you, and switch. Here you can have both knees bent. Both knees can be bent, right? And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Both legs come up. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Upper body comes down. And legs come down. Woo! Let's stretch those abs out. Yay. Awesome. We're going to do our shoulder bridge, okay? So legs hip distance apart is pretty good. If you go too wide, you're going to have a hard time with that unilateral work, okay? So just know that if you have a hard time balancing, just bring your legs closer together, okay? So we're going to hold, inhale here. Exhale, we're just going to pick those hips up, okay? So here, we're not rolling up. We're just going to neutral and picking the hips up so the movement's at the hip joint. We're going to hold, inhale, exhale, just place the pelvis down, okay? So the distance between the hips and the ribs stay the same. We're going to hold, inhale, exhale, just pick those hips up. Good, hold, inhale, tailbone leads the way down. Tailbone comes down, all right? One more like that. This is our prep. Exhale, pick it up. Hold, inhale, exhale, and come down. All right, so feet can come a little bit closer together here. Let's go to tabletop with the right leg, but we're staying in that neutral position with the pelvis, and we're gonna pick that up. We're gonna lower and lift, really squeeze into that glute, and lift, keeping neutral with the pelvis. We have 4 more, and 3, keeping this leg up, 2, and 1. If you have a hard time with one leg up, you can be doing this with both legs down too, okay? Other leg lifts up, and we lower and lift for 8. Really push into your heel here. You can allow your toes to lift if you need to. We have 5. I'm staying nice and relaxed through my neck and upper body. And 3, you should feel your glutes. 2, and 1. Feet come down. We're gonna do some alternating leg lifts, hands right down by the side, just for 8. Yep, so we're trying not to have a weight shift with this, okay? This is the second set here. You can be doing this with your hips down as well. All right, we have 4 more sets and 4 very tight through the body, and 3. We only have 2 more. Stay nice and relaxed through the shoulders, but think of pressing down with the arms. 1 more set. Here we go. Hold, inhale, exhale, come all the way down. All right. Let's reach the arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to do a couple of hip rolls here just to stretch out through the spine and gain control. Hold, inhale, exhale. I'm going to rock my pelvis back into that imprint, and I'm going to roll up. Should feel good. Hold, inhale. Exhale, so I'm controlling down with each segment of my spine, finding my imprint, and then deliberately going to neutral here, relaxing through my chest and upper body. Exhale, I rock back into that imprint first, then I peel my spine off, up to that nice long diagonal. Hold, inhale, exhale, soften through my chest and rib cage here, and I roll down. Right, good articulation through the spine. Let's just do 1 more. And rocking back rolling up, holding, inhaling, squeeze those glutes. Exhale, roll down. Roll through your imprint. Should feel good. Lengthen to neutral. All right. Hands come right down by the side. We're going to flip over. We're going to go on our hands and knees here. Holy cow, time flies when you're having fun. I'm going to fire up those glutes. Okay. So on the hands and knees here, you want to make sure your hands are right under your shoulder joint and your knees are right under your hip joint. Okay. Let's start with just a little bit of retraction of the scapula and protraction of the scapula, okay? Because it's important that you find your neutral position. So mine is about right here. No wrinkles in the back of the neck here. My legs are just about hip distance apart. So I'm gonna start with my left leg. I'm gonna just keep my toe down on the mat and I'm gonna extend it out. Spine doesn't move here, okay? Now I'm gonna take my toe out to the side. Right, and I'm gonna keep my knee pointing down and I'm gonna lift my leg up without moving my spine, okay? And here I'm gonna lower and I'm gonna lift. So your leg is opened out to the side, but your knee is pointing down, okay? That's gonna really help to emphasize the glutes, okay? And we have 5 more here. 5 and 4, trying to keep the hips level. 3, use your glute muscles to lift your legs. 1, hold here, don't let your knee lower. Dorsiflex your foot and bend, all right? Hold here, we're gonna lower a little bit and then lift. It's your glutes that are doing this. You should feel them. If you feel your lower back, it's because you're not stabilizing it. You really think of bringing your hip and your rib together. Think of imprinting, okay? That might help. And we have 4 more here. 4 and 3 and 2. Just 1 more. Hold here. Let's extend that leg out. Let's do a balance challenge. Okay, so we're gonna reach and extend that right arm. And we're gonna lower and lift both. And lift, lower and lift. 2 more, lower and lift, fun run. And lift and hold. Take a big inhale. Exhale, arm and legs come down. Woo! Gotta do the other side, right? Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna turn, you don't have to. Okay, so here we go. So hands under the shoulder joint, knees under the hip joint, and I'm gonna just reach my leg out. So here, when I do this, I'm making sure that I'm not shifting my weight into that opposite leg, okay, into that left leg. My knee's right in line with my hip. Here, my spine is neutral. My scapula is neutral too, okay? Now I'm gonna take my knee out to the side, right? Keeping my knee pointing down, and then I'm gonna lift that leg up. Okay, and we're gonna lower and lift. Keep your abs nice and tight, and lift. Your spine doesn't move here. And lift. Got all the natural curves happening. So what creates this movement are your glutes, right? Your hamstrings too, but we wanna mostly fire into those glutes. And 5. Doesn't have to be a big movement. 4, think of imprinting your spine if you feel this in your back. And 2, and 1. Hold here, don't let your knee lower. Dorsiflex your foot and bend your knee. You ready for some action? Here we go. Glute action. And squeeze. If you're moving into your back like this, right, you're not really gonna feel your glutes firing, okay? So you have to think of imprinting as you lift that heel up. And we have 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch that leg out. Ready for the opposing arm? Here we go. So left arm reaches. Go nice and slow because the body doesn't move here. Lower and lift. Only for 4. This is our balance challenge. And 1 more. Here we are. And knee comes in. And we're just gonna shell stretch. Shell stretch here. All right. Not for too long though, because we wanna stretch out those hip flexors, okay? So there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can do this in a kneeling lunge, which is what I'm gonna do today. But I know some of you have some knee issues when you're lunging. You can do this same thing standing, okay? So, oh, and I'm gonna fix my camera. Oh, yeah. I have my laptop on a Bosu flipped upside down, so it kind of like moves. So here, right, I'm just in that one knee position, and I'm going to lunge into that. And here I'm thinking of imprinting, okay? And I'm turning that back leg in towards the midline. I'm gonna lift this arm up towards the ceiling and laterally flex the spine, okay? This is a good lateral flexion. It's gonna get some nice fibers opening up here on your hip and the lats here, okay? Super important. Okay, so I don't have time today to do too much, right, or hold for too long because we're gonna run out of time. But you can do this periodically throughout the day. It's awesome, right? Especially if you find you're sitting a lot more these days. So turn that back foot in towards the midline. You're gonna lunge and then imprint. Think of imprinting the spine, arms come up, and that side lunge. Woo, feels good, right? Hopefully. Big inhale. And exhale, big inhale. And exhale all that air out. Have a great day. Have a great week. And I'll keep you all posted what's going on. I got some research to do today. And hopefully we'll have some good news soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.